Hey friends, Kevin Gehring here with your weekly real estate report. Well, there's a lot going on in the world, and even with real estate, there's a lot going on here too. So let's take a look at the chart and see what's happening this week. Well, the first thing I want to talk about here is our yellow line. Our yellow line represents the median sales price of homes. And as you've been noticing, we've been talking about the last couple weeks, we saw a downturn in the median home prices. We saw those go down, but that just stands to reason. If we look at the blue line, we saw several weeks ago, a few months ago, that we had a definite fall off in pending sales. People were very nervous and scared about COVID. We had buyers bringing their house on the market and nobody was showing up to buy them. So price reductions happened and we saw that the median sales price fell. But then things turned around. We had the green line, which shows that that the available homes were starting to fall off and the buyers were starting to come out. So now we have supply and demand problem where there's not enough supply to meet the demand, so home prices are starting to work their way up. Well, this week we did see a little bit of a small drop in the median sales price, but let's wait and see until the next week's data comes in before we actually determine if that's a trend. I don't think it is. It just doesn't stand to reason that it would be, because if we get rid of that and take a look at what's going on behind that, we'll hide that, and we can focus in on the red line, we can see that the sales are just continuing to climb. Now, in the past few weeks, what I've been showing you is the actual numbers for the Thursday sales price, but I've got enough data now where I can actually show you a projected number of sales for the week. So that's what I'm going to start doing. So the projected sales is still very, very high, only a very small downturn right there, which I may even disappear by next week. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see that number climb even higher. So we'll get rid of our solds line and we will take a look at our green and blue lines. Well, once again, we are seeing the green line. The available homes is just going down, down, and down by even more than it was last week. Fewer people are putting their house on the market, but yet take a look at the blue line and we can see that buyers are still out there looking for homes. It is a crazy time right now to be a buyer because you are competing with so many other buyers for the same properties. That always means that prices are going to go up. So I would say let's look for a median sales prices to start climbing. We are going to see probably even more pending sales happening as we get into the summer. This is typically the buying season. I'm just so shocked that so few people are willing to put their house on the market, but I get that. We have a lot more COVID fears coming out, and it just makes sense that people may not want their house on the market with people coming through that they don't know. So anyway, that's what's happening right there. Let's talk about rates. So right now, Freddie Mac is reporting that there's been no change since last week. They're reporting still Freddie Mac average 30-year fixed rate is 3.13% with 0.8 of a point. I just priced out rates on a 80% loan to value, either refinance or purchase. I came up with 2.67%. That's an APR of 2.8%. It's a little bit better than last week, but for the most part, it's still relatively unchanged. So that's it for this week. Hope to see you guys next week.